Do you have neck pain? Do you have neck pain that gets worse the more you sit? Do you have to sit a lot for work? Maybe you have to sit at a desk on a computer. Maybe you have to sit in a car and drive for work. Maybe you don't have to sit that much for work, but then you get home and you sit on the couch and your neck stiffens up and begins to hurt. If so, this video is going to be really good for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Puntney from Wellington Family Chiropractic, and today I am talking about things we can do while we're sitting to mitigate neck pain, decrease neck pain, maybe avoid neck pain. So neck pain is very common. They say nearly 50% of us, I think it's 48%, are going to have neck pain at some point in our life. So a lot of us deal with it. A lot of us sit for work. A lot of us sit, period. And I hear, very common, I hear complaints about, the more I sit, the days that I'm more sedentary, my neck, my upper back, my shoulders, they just get stiff and they hurt worse. So today I'm going to talk about things we can do for our neck to keep it healthy. If you watched my last video, I talked about keeping your low back healthier while you sit. Today we're talking about up here, your head and neck. So what position do we typically sit in? This is where people get into trouble. So a lot of times, I got my roll here that you remember from my last video. So my low back's in a pretty good position. But once we get to working on something, a lot of times we'll lose this like upright neutral position here and we'll just creep forward a little bit. And what you'll see my head do is go from what we call a neutral or retracted position. It'll protract, so it'll go forward, okay? And so my chin goes forward and then we get to work here. And maybe the more we work, the more we lean in, and then we're just in this fixed position all the time with our head forward and our chin forward. What that does is a couple things. So if you look at how the spine's built, what that's going to do to this area here, that a lot of people, like if your neck pain is here, what that does to that portion of the spine is it flexes it, or it bends it forward. If you've seen my videos, I've talked about low back flexion and how a ton of it, could possibly be a driver of low back pain. So the same thing could be with your neck. So maybe you flex this portion of the neck too much, because you're protracted, and then your upper cervical spine, or the upper part of your neck, extends back like this. So what kind of complaints can happen if you spend the majority of your day in that position? A lot of people get a lot of tightness at the base of their head because their head's right here and we're closing all those joints down, and then we're flexing this part of our spine, which can be hard on the joints, the disc, long term, just like it can be at times in the low back. So what can we do to mitigate that? What can we do to maybe decrease the amount of pain that can cause? If protraction is causing us to get stiffer, making our posture look worse, the opposite of that is retraction. So you can just do chin retraction. So protraction, sit up nice and straight, retraction. So the odds of you being able to sit here like this and do all your work and never come out of this neutral position is extremely low. Unless you're some kind of freak that does this all day. I doubt it. Okay? Most of us just get here over time because the more we do it, the further protracted we get. So what can we do to decrease the amount of protraction? Well, what we can do is just retract. Maybe set a timer on your phone, just like we do with your low back, to do 10 to 15 retractions every hour. It's very easy. So again, this is protraction. We're just going to sit up straight. Chin's going to come straight back. Just like that, straight back. Like you're giving yourself a double chin for a terrible selfie. Just bam, right there. And then relax. Do it again. 10 to 15 reps. It's going to activate some of the muscles in your neck, help you sit up straighter. It's going to be good for your neck. It's going to be good for your spine. And it can decrease your neck pain caused by prolonged sitting. If you're doing this and you start to experience more neck pain, or you start to feel pain that was in your neck or shoulder move into your arm, the more you do retractions, we don't want to do those anymore. That's not going to be the case for the vast majority of people, but in that scenario, we want to do a different exercise for those people. If you're having neck pain, this is actually a great tool. Maybe you woke up with neck pain. It's like, oh, it's so stiff, I can barely move. Do some chin retractions. you'll notice that it kind of hurts. Maybe it hurts right on the spine, but the more I do it, the further I can retract and the better my pain gets. So again, we spend a ton of time protracted right here. Spend some time retracting your chin hourly, and I think it'll help your neck pain. Talk to you later.